all to the Reset Button, a very special episode of the Reset Button. It's a very special episode because for the first time, I think, ever in this iteration of the podcast, I'm going to tell you what day we're actually doing this episode on. It is January 5th, 2024, so the very first episode of this year. Of course, episode 18, where we're going to say goodbye to the year 2023. And I say we because I can't do it justice alone, guys. I could talk about my 2023, but it just wouldn't do the year justice. I need help. So that's why I brought in these two fellows. There they are. First off, of course, we're always going to introduce Johnny Chase, the Slayer of Kingdom Hearts, or at least soon enough.
First, the first time you've ever introduced me is not being Canadian. I love that. Yeah. So, for those that don't know, I had a goal for my Extra Life campaign. If I hit $1,000 for my the IWK Children's Hospital in Halifax, Nova Scotia, I would essentially turn into a Kingdom Hearts streamer. I am now committed to playing the entire series, and I'm doing it in story order. So I'm going from 0.8 to 3 and everything in between. I haven't committed to whether I'm going to play the DS game or we're just going to watch the movie that's on the, which one is it on again? It's like, is it 1.5, 2.5 or 2.8? I don't even know.
Or is it 6.7
yeah,
to the 8th
like,
power? Is it that one?
Yeah. One of those two. Obviously I can't play Root Coda because it's a mobile game, but yeah. Yeah, I've played all 3 mainline games, but I've never played any of the side games. So I've never played I should lie. I did play a little bit of Birth by Sleep on the original PSP, but I've never finished it. I think I got to the Snow White level and I just stopped, which was only like 2 hours in. But yeah, I'm gonna do all that. But I'm gonna give myself a little week because I want to play Rebirth at launch. So currently, I'm in the midst of playing Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunion right now, having a blast with that. And then I'm going to replay Remake before Rebirth comes out.
There we go.
Up until now, I didn't have a PS5, so I couldn't play the Intergrade, the Yuffie DLC that came in because it was only PS5. So gonna replay Remake, gonna play that, get all ready to go for Rebirth at the end of February.
There you go. You've got some work to do. You've got your work cut out.
Yeah, I got some work.
You're gonna be busy.
Yeah. Not only that, that's just like other side projects, and then helping Melanie, kick that that creator side of her, and she's actually gonna start Mario RPG here in the future.
Ooh, good choice.
She saw me playing it. She's just like, I want to play that. So I was like, all right. Plus, two, it's like, remember we talked months ago, Liz, about you wanting to play Stardew on the Switch with more people. She has Stardew on the Switch.
Oh,
so
yeah.
y'all can start up a farm. Yeah, here you go.
Yes. Holy. Okay, good news. Good news. Very happy to hear.
It's excellent.
Awesome.
We also need to introduce our other host here, straight from Hollow Knight. It's Liz.
I'm actually Mothman, but that can work.
Okay, straight from West Virginia,
Knight.
it's Liz.
I mean, like, I'm a little buggy too, so like I just don't have a shell, Well, I hope everyone's doing well. Happy New Year to those listening to this in January, I guess, at any given point in the future. I am like not stopping. I got so many events coming up and working on a lot of cosplay, a lot of like fully original and some like easy kind of like slap together kind of closet stuff. So I'm very excited. And I'm thinking about your list of games, Patrick, that you keep mentioning, that you beat so many games, and I'm like, ugh, I'm not going to come close to you again this year. But I think sometime maybe mid to late summer I could relax and like veg and play games. That's kind of like the project schedule right now.
Well, this year, I think you have a chance against me. This year, I think you have a chance.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah. once,
True.
once baby comes,
Yeah.
be a little less time for games.
Once
course.
Scarlet gets here, I don't know how much gaming I'm going to be able to honestly do, but I still want to try and get 40 in. That's my goal. That's the personal goal I put in. I don't think 40 is too crazy. It's not too out of control, at least in my opinion. We'll see what the wife thinks. But so total for 2023 when it came to games, and we'll go into like, what the different games were and everything else, just because it was already mentioned. I was able to get 75 in. 75 games. That was a lot of gaming. My thumbs, they really fucking hurt. But I know that I wasn't the only person who finished games. Couldn't have been. How many did you finish, Johnny?
I don't have a tally. I just kind of going off of what I did on Twitch. That again, I don't have anything saved. But some of them were. Now, do we count once we started in 2022, and then just kind of meld into? No. Okay. Okay. So High on Life is not in there then, because I finished that. Oh no! Actually, no, I finished it.
Totally fair.
No, never mind. I read the date wrong. I finished that at the end of 2022. So yeah, High on Life is not on there. I mean, you can't really finish it because it just keeps going. Vampire Survivors, Power Wash Sim that came out on Game Pass, so finish that up and all the subsequent DLC. I don't think I have anything left to do in that game now. Like I've done Croft Manor, I've cleaned up all Final Fantasy VII, I've done all Back to the Future, cleaned up Bikini Bottom, all the other extra stuff on there.
So are you doing some of these games, like if it's not on the Switch per se? When you're saying cleaning up and finishing, is that to your satisfaction, or like although he's canceled, pulling a Gerard completionist, finding things that are like not always considered for completing, or you I'm getting trophies or achievements, sort of completing?
No, I would consider just hit credits.
Okay.
Hit credits, credit screens up. That's it. Now there's some that there are games that I've gone back to, like Mario Wonder. I'm 99.9% because I did that last level, but I missed 2 flower coins, so I have to go back and beat that final stage again. But once I did those 2 last coins, I'll have it done. But I don't know how soon I'm ready to go back to that, because that took me 90 minutes just to do that one level.
Oh my god.
That's intense.
Yeah, that's the final special stage where it's a gauntlet of all the badges.
My god. I really like Power Wash Simulator, but it eats like your life. And after a while, I felt like it was getting a little too monotonous, where it's just like, okay, you clean the thing and you clean the thing. And then what do you do after you're done? You clean another thing.
You clean the thing. But it's so therapeutic. It's so
it is.
I would just like, if I'm bored, or if I'm listening to a podcast, or I'm like in a call for our game days and I'm not participating in the game, but you just need like a co-column, I'll just boot up a map on Power Wash and just sit there and veg out and to be like, oh, we're gonna clean this. Oh no, it's my Zen. It was my Zen game of that year.
Okay. It was mine too when it was time for it to hit. Can I just make a really, really dumb confession here, and everybody in chat's either going to judge me because they know the show or be like, what the fuck is going on here? So there was a TV show in the late 80s and early 90s called Forever Knight. It was actually a Canadian produced show.
Yes, you got that out there. Yes,
I was playing Power Wash Simulator while episodes of Forever Knight were playing on the other screen. So it was like binge Forever Knight and Power Wash. Binge Forever Knight on the smaller screen, Power Wash on the big screen.
Nice. Okay. So Liz is probably just like, what are you talking about? Okay.
Is it because I'm not Canadian, or is it because we are at different ends of our millennial spectrum here?
I'm from West Virginia, man.
Yeah. I'm shocked that I never left CTV. I am shocked. So let me go to the prejudice list. So Forever Knight is about a vampire that is also a cop, but he can only do the night shift because outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, hold
Yeah.
on.
So like
I
he'll
feel like
he has
people might
like
have talked about this.
yeah.
Okay.
So he has like there's a will they won't they with a female cop. So like she runs the day stuff and like she'll give him like the what's up about what's going on and helps with the cases in the daylight. So like there's like a bunch of flashbacks to like his times and like the 14 or 1500s when he was first bitten. He's got like companions, so you hear a lot about his backstory. As I say, I will say though that the finale sucks.
Yes.
It completely sucks. Don't watch the finale.
Question 2.
But everything else
before
is
you get
just
too far.
like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
the
hold on,
finale
I'm-
was dark, though.
The thing is, it kind of falls into that trapping of all Canadian shows where it's got a strong first season, and then when they get to the second season, either the American actors they hired leave, so you got like, oh, I gotta kill this guy off and bring this person in, and just doesn't hit the same. I could go on and on about Canadian television where that happens, but
I could be totally thinking of something else, and correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like there was a vampire TV show like pre-2000 that was like pretty good, but apparently like the main actor died after filming the first season, like with the main character, so then they didn't do anymore.
I
Does
have
that ring a
no
bell to
idea.
anybody?
I have no idea.
Or like he died really early, like the lead guy.
No.
I could be like jumbling.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be
things.
that. It wouldn't be Forever Night. That
No.
actor lived for quite a while. I don't.
Yeah.
I honestly can't. I don't remember what else he's done, but I know he's done stuff since then. So
Yeah, it wouldn't be
Okay,
him.
but
I can't think of
I
the other
could
one.
be totally thinking, oh yeah, never mind. Cody's correcting me that there was a Vampire the Masquerade show and
Kindred the
lead
Embraced.
died.
It was titled Kindred the Embraced.
Okay, I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay.
Mhm.
But that's exciting too, nonetheless. But
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna have to check out this vampire show. It sounds really fun. I could maybe substitute this instead of watching the only one season of the Vampire the Masquerade show. That
and
will crush
yeah,
my soul.
That was that was like a staple of like what we had in Canada, like late nights. It's
Yeah, it is
it
on
was
YouTube.
that I don't like. Here's the weird thing. Like, you guys, it was called La Femme Nikita outside Canada, but in Canada it was just called Nikita.
Yes,
Mhm.
I remember that show.
It was the Peter Wilson one, not the remake with Maggie Q. There was that RoboCop, which I flipping through the Pluto TV or Roku TV. The entire series is on that. Oh god, did that not age well? Or not age well, but like it's just the first scene is like you expect him to go away and start blowing people away because you think RoboCop, that's what he does. He just shoots everyone. No, he's just shooting crafty stuff to trap them in like closets and shit. I was just like, oh, I'm not watching this again. I thought it was so cool when I was a kid, and I watched actual RoboCop and was like, oh, this is way better. But
Well, yeah.
no, there's
I mean, a dude gets his junk shot
It's
off.
good. Yeah. And this one is just like, oh no, I'm just gonna shoot this dresser's drawer and it's gonna fall on top of you. I'll allow that word. Sorry. Twitch chat caught word saying and shoot dudes in the dick.
Yeah, sorry to break the fourth wall, but that was funny in chat.
Yeah.
So if you want to be funny in chat,
Right.
maybe you should catch us live next time. Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm getting
god.
we're getting off to talking.
Oh, we're so getting off track.
about everything we played in 2023.
Before we do that, one point I was going to make, and then we went straight off the rails and into Mount Doom, is I was about to talk about a game that is somewhat similar to Power Wash Simulator that's coming out. If anybody wants to go over to
Oh.
Kickstarter, it's titled Trash Goblin. Just got an email about this the other day. It is a shopkeeping game where basically you have to clean up the items and find out their value
Look it
before
up.
selling them off. So it's similar
Oh,
in that vein
oh,
that you have
well,
to.
I already do this in real life,
Now you can do it in the game.
but I won't get paid for it.
You don't get paid. Power
I'm
Wash
already a
Sim.
goblin, you guys.
I've got a power washer downstairs in the basement. I'm never going to use that thing, but I'll do it in the video game. No problem.
No, okay, hold on. In defense of the pressure washer or the power washer, dude, so I pressure washed my parents' Florida driveway. I don't think they ever washed it before I moved and everything. And dude, it was like the most satisfying thing. It took a couple of days and a couple of pressure washers because for some reason we had a brand new pressure washer die like immediately after one use. No idea why. Cheap crap, I bet. But it is a little bit of a workout and it's also kind of therapeutic at the same time. So I do vouch for actually doing it. Oh, thank you.
The tea has arrived.
Oh. The tea has arrived. Oh, hold on.
The kitty has arrived.
Oh, this is... You guys always see Jackie, but this is my other girl, Cozy. Little Cosette.
Mittens is already jealous.
She had a bath today.
Whoa.
Okay, you said hi. See you later.
Imagine trying to give a cat a bath and she'd give me brand new marks everywhere.
Oh, dude, I'm pretty good at bathing the cats. Like very minimal
very minimal blood
damage
loss.
to me at least.
All right, moving on. We'll talk about the games that were completed in 2023, or at least what we tried in 2023. I mean, I've got a laundry list here. Like I said, total of 75 that I could go over, but I'm not, because that would take all flipping night.
Lightning rounds.
That would be, whoa. But I will ask everybody if they know what the first one was.
Mario Brothers 1.
Yeah,
This
that I
year or ever?
finished because I'm talking about my list right now.
I
Mario.
would say Mario 1.
It has nothing to do with the shirt I'm wearing.
I can't see here. I have to go back to the stream to see because oh, Zelda.
It has nothing to do with it.
Tears. What?
I said it has nothing to do with it.
Had nothing to do with Zelda.
Yeah, I'm being a troll.
Oh, you're being facetious. I see.
It was
Link
not
to the
Mario
Past.
1. It was not Link to the Past. So my tradition that I've been carrying for quite a few years now, since 2019 at least, I start every year with Super Mario World. Every single year.
Just gone to the Discord. It's in your Discord. So it's just gone to how many can we beat in 2024 and just look there.
So yeah, every single year I have to start with that. And it's usually the one I'll finish right as soon as the new year hits. 2021 going into 2022, I couldn't because I was too intoxicated. I tried.
Oops.
I
Screwed
tried.
up.
It was so bad that my sister and a friend were over. Adora was over, and we were trying to play one of the Mario parties. I can't remember which one, but I remember just being so out of it that I said, I'm not having fun, and went to bed. It was bad. But then I think the next one I actually played on like real hardware was Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm willing to debate anybody with this if you want, but Star Fox 64 without the 64 controller doesn't hit the same at all. It just doesn't.
True.
Okay.
True. It's better to use the C buttons than the analog stick.
I have a quick question. Is it available to play on the Switch? I'm just curious out of comparison.
It is. Like
Yeah.
I've tried it.
not played it in forever.
I tried it with the Pro controller, and I was just like, no, this is fucking garbage. I can't do this.
Oh, Pro controller. Okay. Yeah. I can understand like the feeling of holding the controller. Oh, yeah, I get that.
So I gave up and I just went upstairs and was like, okay, I'm just gonna play it in the N64 and be done with it. Because it was just, it was that miserable. But I can also tell people, since Dana's Christmas present was a Nintendo Switch N64 controller. That was the first game I tested with it, and it's perfect. It's perfect. So if you're wondering,
Quick question.
yes.
What's the brand, and like, do you know good controllers, bad controllers? Because we've only started playing like some N64 stuff on the Switch, and I have a little anecdote that for Christmas, our friend came over and stayed over Christmas Eve, like one of Cody's best friends in the world, and we stayed up all night playing Pokemon Stadium, and we only played mini games in 1 and 2, but then we actually got to the stadium part, and it's one of those games where I can't remember if you select things with the C-pad, and we couldn't figure it out for like 5 minutes, and we felt so stupid because we didn't play anything on the Switch like with the online like game bundles and everything before. So I feel like our experience would be dramatically better if we had a good lead on what controllers to buy.
See,
Well, I mean, for that, like, if you really want to invest the money, then you'd be just going onto the Nintendo Switch online store and getting the 64 controller for those classic games. Because like anything else you get, they'll
that's my
just
real
be
question.
your Switch Pro, dual analog sticks, 4 face buttons, 4 shoulder buttons. It's just going to be standard like that. So
yeah.
yeah, especially for like, and like this pains me for like trying to play when they announced GoldenEye. Where's my Switch controller? Oh, it's charging. Okay, let me just grab, because it's the same button combination, so I'll just grab my Elite controller. So like,
I'm gonna look this up.
trying to play GoldenEye on 64 with this controller and the control scheme that they have on there does not work.
That doesn't make sense.
I have like a special controller setting on the Switch to remap the buttons so that it feels more like a modern shooter.
GoldenEye is super, super rough on Switch. Like, not fun, rough, in my opinion.
If I had a 64 controller to play it again like that, I would. But then again, I have a 64 and I have GoldenEye, so I would just bust that open. But
play it that way
beside
instead.
the point.
I'm trying to remember, because I was looking at my drawer if anybody was wondering if I was having a spasm while everybody else was talking. I have something from 8-Bit Do that's an adapter, and I'm trying to remember if the N64 controller is one of the pieces. So this wireless adapter, nope, mine's a completely different one. It is
really.
Oh, okay.
It's colored like a GameCube. You know, the bluish purplish GameCube color.
That thing. Yeah, it's like this weird dongle that's like a long stick, and it's got like the buttons on it. Yeah.
So I've got that, and I know that you can put like GameCube controllers on it. And I was trying to look and see if N64 was an option, because if it is, then that would be a cheap alternative than buying a bunch of those, because you could just use it and connect your N64 controller. It would be half the price.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm looking this up right now.
I can't tell you.
I just realized I had the other one there. I just had to unbox that. It's like, wait, I got another one. Yeah, that's for my Super Console X. So then I got another controller coming in.
I can't tell you if the feedback you would get, like if there's any delay. That's what I'm looking to say. If there's like any delay with it.
Okay. So they're $50 a piece, but then you get free shipping if you buy 2 of them. Interesting. Okay.
2 of the official
I might have
licensed
to consider
Nintendo ones?
this. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I got one, and it wasn't bad. I think the value it gives is pretty solid, despite being incredibly expensive.
Every controller is like $50 nowadays, unfortunately. Not in the defense of it, but what the fuck, you know? Oh my god! I mean, I knew these existed, but like the NES controllers are so cute with like the little. Okay, sorry, just having a moment right now.
Those are cool. I think when you buy it, you get 2 of them, right? You pay $50.
Yeah,
you get
it's
2.
a little bundle.
Yeah, same with the
NES
SNES.
and SNES, yeah, but with the 64, it's just 1.
Yeah, so the 64 is just one, and I think also with the Sega Genesis, you get just one.
Yeah, and it's a 3-button. If you want the 6-button, you have to get
Oh.
through Nintendo Japan.
That is okay. That's the one part of it where everything just
That's
goes to
weird.
shit in a hurry. Who would pay for that? I just seriously, would
A
you
Red
guys
Rope.
pay? He bought the
Well,
three
actually, I think
button.
Red Wolf Wife did that. Day.
He bought the 3-button.
I think he has every single Switch Online controller. I'm fairly confident. Even the Japanese ones.
Oh my
So
god!
I'm just doing the giggles with my cart. They forced you to have a Switch on a Nintendo account to
Yes,
buy
yes.
shit, which is weird. Okay,
Yeah,
so
they
there's
do.
gonna be free
That's the only way you
shipping,
can buy them.
and of course there will be tax. Oh, they only take Visa and Mastercard. They don't. Interesting. Okay, so let's say I wanted 2 N64 controllers, the NES bundle, and 2 Super Nintendo. It's $220 before tax. That's crazy.
I'm reading
I can
in
just buy another
chat.
Switch.
But then they are Bluetooth controllers, so you can pair those up with
Okay.
like phones and
Use it
tablets
with other
or
stuff.
computers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually worth it, especially like I feel like this would be a worthwhile investment for you, Johnny, where you're playing like a bunch of remixed games, and if you want the real feeling on the controller, I feel like you are the perfect person for this.
Well, I already own an
8-bit
8-bit dough
Mhm.
SN30 Pro, and I
Oh.
have a second one on the way. I won from work, so these get paired up to the
Nice!
Switch.
Cool.
But I also have it. I have that Super Console Pro that I got off Amazon. We're having it hooked up to those because these are the perfect controllers for those and those little competitions I was talking about that we're doing. Doing massive work on that. And also too, in the last video I made, someone told me to check out the Cave emulator on there, which is like an arcade board, and there's like a Sailor Moon beat 'em up on that. So it's like as soon as that other controller comes
Real.
in, I played it for like 2 seconds, and I was just like, nah, I'm gonna wait till the other controller comes in because the wife and I are gonna go through that whole thing.
I need to
I'm
get it
gonna
for
like
Dana.
search the heavens for like everything Sailor Moon related.
Yeah, same.
Great.
Dana is crazy for Sailor Moon. Crazy for it. So I've got to do that too. Now it's more stuff to buy.
Yep.
That's okay.
I try to conduct this train back on the tracks. I guess I'll pick up and talk about the other games we played. Beginning of the year, the wife and I we wanted to do more co-op stuff together. We ended up playing Halo 1, 2, and 3. Went through all those.
Excellent.
We had the plan to go through the rest of them, and then life kind of everything changed there, and priorities changed, games changed. Hoping that sometime this year, in between like the craziness that is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Kingdom Hearts content, we'll be able to like pick a day and you're like, oh, we're gonna just go through the rest of the Halos. We talk about doing Gears of War and Borderlands, just anything co-op that we can get online together. In March, I sat down and played Zelda 2: The Adventure Link on NES.
How'd you feel about it?
Super. I like it. I got to now, of course, like a lot of that's been tainted of watching online reviewers talk about the game, both positively and negatively. Everyone's got their opinions on that. If I shut off on my brain, said, okay, this is not a traditional Zelda game. Side scrolling, it's got top down maps like an RPG, leveling up like an RPG. But I really enjoyed it. There were some points there that like I had to I tried my best to. I'm proud of myself too with this. I did not save scum, but I did eventually have to look up a map for like maybe 1 or 2 items to be able to progress, because there's just I think one last magical flask that I couldn't find. I needed it to finish the game. But no, it's really cool. Like it made me allowed me to make a great video on it about how I feel that Zelda 2, Mario 2, and Castlevania 2, like kind of like the terrible twos of the NES, where like they wanted to experiment and try something different,
Ooh.
and then with 3, because when you think about it, Mario, Castlevania, and Zelda all had a second game that did something radically different than the previous game, but then decided to go back to their bread and butter on the third game.
Right.
So like
Yeah,
you got
'cause-
Simon's Quest, went to Dracula's Curse, which is more like Castlevania 1. Mario 3, obviously they got more power-ups and stuff like that. And then Zelda with I mean, they had to wait until you got to Link to the Past on the SNES, but that's still considered Zelda 3 in Japan, so I always found that pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But
And I'm one of the few people who really, really likes Castlevania 2. Like, I really like that game. I'll even go this far, and I'm probably going to get burned at the cross for saying it, but
Oh no.
I like playing it more than I like Castlevania 3.
That's
I-
okay.
I truly do, because Castlevania 3
No.
is like, it's hard. Unless you play the Japanese version, then it's easier, but
yeah. That
Oh,
for
what's
some
that
reason
about?
I don't.
It's
I just,
crazy.
Well, here's this. So, in the final run up to Dracula's Castle, traditionally with Castlevania games is they will just start you off at the foot of the steps to his throne room. For 3, in the American version, they send you back at least one extra checkpoint. So there's a hallway
Yes.
of like red skeletons and bats and spiders that you have to get by
Yeah.
first before you get to Dracula. There are no health power-ups to get you through the next bit. But in the Japanese version, they'll start you off at the foot of the steps, as always.
Mhm.
And I have a theory on this because it's the same thing what Tecmo did with or Temco with Ninja Gaiden 3. The Ninja Gaiden 3 in Japan, it follows like 1 and 2. Unlimited continues, try as much as you want. North America, they said, nah, fuck that. You got 5 continues. Good luck. You waste them all, game over, start over.
Mhm.
I feel like they did that with Castlevania 3. They're just like, no, we gotta make this game harder. So yeah, they programmed that in. But like, because it's funny too, because like the Japanese also the thing with the Japanese version is that the damage that the enemies give you in 3 is so inconsistent. Like there's 2 pips, 3 pips, whatever. But in the American version, when you get to the harder levels, 4 hits and you're dead. But in the Japanese version, no, like if that same monster hits you, it's the same damage as it was, like 5 or 6 stages ago. It doesn't progress. Oh, and
Well-
we're thinking point out it was basically to combat people renting it for a weekend, being it and not renting it again. Made it harder so that you had to rent it another weekend or another weekend.
That's
You
what
just
I
couldn't
was.
get good at it
So
at the weekend.
it's like
what I was
it's like
going
the
to bring up.
arcade of like, we're gonna make this we're gonna eat your quarters kind of thing, but we're gonna eat your rental budget essentially.
Pretty
Well,
much.
Here's what happened, and I was going to bring that up. So around this time in the NES era, I don't know how many people pay attention to the history of NES stuff, but rentals started popping up in Japan. Nintendo sued to stop it, and they won. So rentals didn't happen in Japan.
Crazy.
Then the same thing started popping up here in the United States. They sued and they lost. And it was ruled that renting out video games is just the same as renting out a VHS tape or anything like that. It's the property of the person who bought it, and they can rent it out should they choose. So they took a big L on that one, and companies had to start thinking a little more strategically about how to get some money going. So they made it harder. So you could either keep renting the game over and over and over, and to the point where to try and finish it, you've already paid more than what the game was worth, or just give up and buy it outright. That's what the strategy was. And I don't want to go into it. Gaming Historian, he had a great piece on that. You should go check him out with that video, learn more about that. Yeah, Nintendo has a history of being jerks, unfortunately. I still love them. I'm still wearing my Zelda shirt.
So I love the game, but sometimes you can be kind of a jerk.
Sometimes you're not nice, guys, but that's okay. I'm still gonna play Mario. It's still happening. Speaking of co-op games, since you mentioned that, Johnny, and speaking of co-op campus, let's go over to the feature page so we can look at some of the games on this list. And specifically, I want to talk about River City Girls. Have you played that?
Oh, I only hear good things.
I did. Unfortunately, it was one of those ones where like we didn't have enough time to play more of it. It got removed off Game Pass. I've since purchased it, but I just got to get around to playing again. It's one of the ones where like I think I know the method. Like it's like the old school River City Ransom. It's like Scott Pilgrim. It's that beat 'em up where you have to like grind out the money, go back and level yourself up before you even have a chance at taking out any other characters or bosses.
Yeah.
So it's something that we'll go back and invest time in.
They do an excellent job with it. Really good nods to River City Ransom. Plus that more updated, the more modern version with Scott Pilgrim, like you said. So I think it does a really good job of bringing the best of both worlds into it, and it's a really nice package. Plus, once you finish the first run, you unlock 2 additional characters, so you can run through it again. It's really good. I haven't had a chance to play the sequel yet.
Me either. Well, I actually got to play the first one before I play the sequel there, but no, I've heard nothing but good things about it. I mean, it's Way Forward, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Way Forward is always quality. I've yet to find a Way Forward game that was just like, or oh god.
I think they just like understand the subjects of games that they want to work on so well that it's just like chef's kiss every time.
Yeah, I can't think of a Way Forward game that's bad. I'm thinking right now.
Such thing.
No, while you think of that and we talk about another game completed. Liz, I don't think you've brought up a game you've completed this year, have you?
No, because my list is it will run dry very quickly. So I get the impression that, well, I mean, definitely with both of you, you both certainly play old school games. And those can be really quick because you just know them, right? Am I right? And there's some games that people play.
We kind of do, yeah.
Because it's just tradition, or, they got to do it every year or two, and like that's absolutely okay. Absolutely okay. This year was a year of playing as much as I could off the backlog that I've never played.
Ooh.
So I feel like it was a lot of like quality long games that I platinumed almost everything because they're so good. So good. So so I started off with, I did not platinum this because it's far too big. And just, oh my god, I would lose my life if I did it anyway. But I did Disco Elysium. I mentioned before that game.
Wow.
Honestly, that's probably the best game I played all year. Like hands down. Like I think about this game all the time. Like games that I think are amazing, I just like ruminate and just like think about, and I love it so much. But part of the issue, like I don't want to replay it, but I want to watch like my friends or Cody play it. So I'm like, Cody, when are you gonna play this game? When are you gonna play this game? Because it has so many like themes that he would like in particular of his interests, but it's just such a big undertaking that it's just like hard to start, and I understand that. And we both have too many like artistic endeavors that we're trying to do at the same time, and it's hard to juggle gaming and like stuff like that. But yeah, that was absolutely the best game I played all year. Like it just like my heart just like aches thinking about it, but like in a good way. So yeah, definitely the best I played this year. And then I played some like crappy Sweeney Todd ripoff because it was like $2 on the PlayStation Store called Ravenous Devils. It's a super fun game, which if you guys like want to play something that's like just like a management game, it's super. You could get it cheap, but it's really fun and kind of silly. And like as you get towards the end, it's a little bit hard. You gotta like like the main level is like the pie shop, and then the upstairs is like a tailor, and you have to kill the people and like throw them down the chute and clean up, and like you still have to tailor clothes and put them out to like lure customers in, and then your wife has to manage the shop and the basement where she like grinds everyone and makes different pies and things and different like desserts and treats out of everybody, and it's a fun like management game. So yeah, it's like Sweeney Todd the video game. I platinumed that because it was not that hard to do, but it was like very enjoyable for like the week of that's all I did for a week straight. Um, and I don't know if I want to blow through my whole list so quickly. If you want to list off a few
Yeah.
more from you guys, that was like
Yeah,
my
we can flip
spring,
back.
like my like late winter, springtime games.
Let's see. Just looking at my list here of stuff I played. There's a big gap there.
While you're looking through that, I
well,
should just say for everybody really quick, because I forgot to even mention this. I don't know what I'm thinking. Like, for everybody who's in the community, the name of the Discord is Co-op Campus, Reset Press, whatever you want to call the Discord. Guys, we did something amazing, all of us together. We now have a record of total games beat together as a unit, 409 in total. And we
What?
beat
That's
the
crazy.
we beat the year 2021 of 407, and 2021 was a year where the COVID was still running around and people were still at home.
Oh, Feedy.
The COVID. It was still a problem. It was everywhere, I tell you. But I think that is
I like that better than
so
the Backstreet
amazing.
Boys reunion tour.
I think it's more fun to say personally.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have? The COVID. Oh, fancy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, that's terrible. Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so I never beat it, but I did do a stream of Only Up and nearly wanted to pull my hair out.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I was like, I think it's popular, it's cheap, I'll do a stream of it. No. The thing is that you can't buy it anymore. He pulled a Flappy Bird, and it's just like, oh, this is too memeable, and the people don't get the point. I was like, no, people are enjoying it. It's like, no,
Her
it's not my
artist,
vision.
dude.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, just take it off. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just
Egos.
play Only Up on Fortnite and Halo.
I really.
But the one I actually did play and beat that is actually a good game, Gravity Circuit.
Oh, yes. See, that's quality. That's quality.
Yeah.
The other one, Only Up, you're right. It was memey, and I could tell that the creator had some sort of like artistic expression going on. But the other thing a lot of the indie devs need to understand when they're putting something like that out there is art can be interpreted in other ways by people. And you put it out there for that. You have to accept other people are going to do that.
It's like, just don't look at the YouTube comment section. Like, you could pour your heart into your piece of art, but just don't look at the comments.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about like these butthurt devs. Like, I can like, oh my God. It's I understand it's a really hard to escape that tunnel of information, especially as you do like seek legitimate feedback about a game in particular, because you can make updates or you can consider expansions or DLCs or free updates or a sequel, whatever, right? But like, if people are liking it, like, you're just gonna make more money and people are gonna want more. And like, don't take it personal, because they're not thinking about your feelings. They're just enjoying the piece of media you made.
Exactly. They don't even know who you are. That would be like if Concerned Ape was freaked out over how people thought of him. And most people, like, they don't even know his name. He's just Concerned Ape. Who is Concerned Ape? Well,
or if you like tell them that you don't like it, they're just gonna do it more. So don't feed the trolls.
No.
They're not even trolls. They're just like avid fans.
I like that I'm using Concerned Ape as an example, because the guy is so incredibly humble, to the point where there was a mod put out to fix the pigs because everybody was saying the pigs are ugly. So the mod got put out, people started using it, and his response was, "Yeah, I suppose they are a little." He was fine with it.
He's so dedicated. Like, I can't wait for the Chocolatier game. But like, the fact that he's still like constantly doing Stardew updates and like quality of life and like different options and like, it blows my mind. Like that he keeps like it's not a dead game at all, and
No.
it's been out for so long now, and it's still getting really, really fresh updates constantly.
Well, the last big update was supposed to just be the final quality of life so he can move on to Chocolatier, and then he, by his own admission, he went crazy and just started adding more stuff. I love him as a dev.
That's our real passion project.
It's also how he made multi-millions of dollars. So,
dude, I
good
just
on
like
ya.
keep buying copies of this game for people, and it's like he got more than one sale just from me alone. Like,
oh, same. I think he got four out of us, and probably
Oh, yeah.
more. Put out Chocolatier, dude. We'll buy it.
We're ready.
From my list in 2023, out of my 75 games, I want to talk about things that I hadn't tried before, because I could talk all day about stuff I completed every year. Like, I complete Mega Man X if given a chance every year. And I could even probably ask Johnny right now, Johnny, really quick, how do you get the Hadouken in Mega Man X?
Well, I think I know, and then I keep forgetting, but
oh, come on.
Because there was one night Jimbo and I were just like, why isn't this working? Why is this working? Okay, so you have to basically get all the pieces of the armor, all the heart containers, and then go to Armored Armadillo and let's see, find a creeper in Minecraft 6 times. I'm trying to dance around saying the actual. So, yes. You fall down the hole. You fall down the hole like 6 or 7 times, and then there'll be a capsule of Dr. Light with a Ryu costume, and he'll give you the Hadouken, and it one-shots everything.
You also have to have
full health.
You also have to have all the E containers along with the heart containers and armor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yes,
I keep forgetting it every year. Every time I was just like, "Why is this working? Why is this working?"
Point being, we know that shit like the back of our hands. So there were some games I wanted to try brand new this year. And one of them, some people are going to be like, you're fucking kidding me, but I'm not. Metroid Zero Mission. I'd never tried it before.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'd never tried it. Because I didn't really get into the handheld scene with Nintendo, and I think I'd mentioned this on the podcast before, but DS, like right before 3DS came out, I bought a DS and was getting into it because handhelds were never really a thing for me. So I miss this. I miss this boat by a lot. And by the time, even at that point getting into it, I think that game was getting like crazy expensive. Now I don't think you can get a legit copy unless you're dropping, what, $80? Something like that, if not more.
That's crazy.
To price charting.
To price charting we go.
If I go,
it's like a bummer, like you're saying with like the handheld stuff. I feel like there's so many missed out games, like Zero Mission, and then I think of like Kid Icarus 2 being on Game Boy, and it's like no one played that game, like nobody.
Metroid 2 was on Game Boy and no one played it.
Yeah, I know. Like there's just like so many sequel. I mean, it's a great way to try to sell more units of your handheld, especially like with original Game Boy when that stuff was so new.
Zero Mission.
It's such an injustice when there's like pre-DS stuff that are like direct sequels, and it's like not accessible. I don't know.
Zero Mission loose price is $63. Complete in box $200.
Okay, so it went down a little bit.
Read the box. It's a piece of cardboard. We don't need that.
Yeah, it went down a little bit. Last I checked, it was 80. So you don't have to drop as much anymore, but that's still a lot for a game that old. But
at its peak, it was $100 in October 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty rough going there for a while. But yeah, I think Liz makes a good point because I don't think Metroid 2 is a great game or anything, but I will argue with everybody that it has the best theme music. like the best overworld music. If you haven't heard it before, definitely check it out.
The music in it is pretty good.
Or
Well,
you could
I mean,
the 3DS version
the
is
first
good.
couple ones, yeah, the first few ones are good. Like there are some where there's just like absolutely no music at all.
Yeah.
And there's just like random little blips because it's like, oh no,
Oh,
this
that's
is just ambiance.
spooky.
Like,
Yeah. Well, it gives you a little bit of spooky, and then it hits you with that, and you're like, oh, everything's going to be okay because it's upbeat. And then next thing you know, there's
Oh.
Metroid that's like pounding you right in the face and trying to drain the life out of you. Whoops, that's a problem. But Zero Mission, so good. I think it fixed a lot of the problems from Metroid 1. Because basically it is a retelling of Metroid 1 for the most part. You're running through the same everything. Really, really fun, really good, very challenging. I'll admit, quite a few times I had to look shit up because I was like, guys, give me a hint here. I'm fucked.
oh, I gotta
Hold
do
on,
that. I
so
actually need to do
Bo-
the playthrough of that because there's some stuff I missed out on, and I played that game like several times, and then I watched content friend of mine there, Tarvel, do a retrospective review on it, and I was like, wait, there's like more levels. It's like, oh yeah, there's this and this and this. I'm like,
So-
holy shit.
I'm gonna stand up for you guys because you both were like prefacing, I apologize, but I had to look it up. So like, don't feel bad that you had to look shit up in an old timey game because you know what we all did when we were little kids is looking at the Nintendo Powers, trying to find game guides, all the word of mouth of trying to figure shit out. And a lot of these things are not intuitive with these archaic old games where
Yeah.
it's just literally sometimes random. It's like there's a set of pixels or this thing that you have to do that is not natural or instinctive whatsoever.
Yeah,
Not like a natural mechanic. So like the fact that you're like, oh, I had to look it up. Like both of you guys did that. It's okay because when we were kids, we were trying to look it up constantly to
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I definitely did because it was very difficult. But I think the part that really kicked in and made this game just that much better, because at first I thought, well, this is just a really cool extended version of the original Metroid. Okay, cool. I'm really enjoying it. But like what Johnny was saying, there's more game after it's over. Because Samus gets in the ship, she takes off, you're like, okay, I've beaten the game. Wait a second, I crash? I'm in a new world and all I have is the Zero Suit? What?
Mhm.
And it just goes and goes and it gets cooler and cooler. This game is a fucking ride. For anybody who hasn't had a chance to try it, you should have bought it on the Wii U when it was available, because that's what I did. I don't know what you're going to do to play it now. Yeah, unless you want to sail the
There's the
seas.
internet.
It can't come to the. It still could come out on the Switch Online. I mean, we've got we got Fusion on the Switch.
That's true. It's really
So
weird
it
that we
could
got
come to
Fusion.
GBA and out. Yep.
It's weird. We got Fusion, but they left Zero Mission out. It's almost like
I
they
mean,
were.
it still could come out.
It could. I mean, for all
Yeah,
we know,
there's still
there's
stuff
a
trickling out,
huge
even though it feels
library.
kind of exhausted.
Yeah, there's a huge
Like I feel like a lot of the
library
good
that's
stuff
still
has
coming
been
out for that.
pumped, but there's still like good things in between that they haven't done yet.
we're
Oh,
still
there's so many
waiting.
hidden gems on the GBA that they're still left to be released.
And we're still waiting on. I still believe they could put GameCube stuff on there, but who knows when that's going to happen. There's so much they could put on there. I hope.
There
I
I
is
hope
know
they
if we
do.
have Mario Sunshine, they have to have ideas to do more GameCube stuff.
Yeah, because it runs fine
True.
on the system, and there's no hiccups or anything. So it's not like they could say, "Oh, it's just too much. The system can't handle it." No, bullshit. The system can handle it just fine. The system can handle Mario Galaxy just fine. So that can't be it. So get on it, guys.
It's weird. Whatever. They could just make more money, and they choose not to.
Mhm.
Whatever.
Right. What else you got?
I think the only thing that was like really, really big for this year, it just absolutely dominated the timeline of like all the games I played. And for anybody who knows my car, like anybody who's ever seen my car for some reason, you'll know. So personal friends who've been around me, you know what's up. A lot of Mega Man games. Lots and
course.
lots of
Okay.
Mega Man. I love the Blue Bomber. Love him. I'm curious before I go forward anymore. Everyone's favorite Mega Man.
Like game
Yes.
or boss or like what do
Mainline?
you?
Game? Boss?
Mainline
Throw it out.
is this is controversial. Mainline 3. I'll take 3. I'll take 3 over 2. 2 is
Oh.
a fantastic game. I think 3's just a little bit better.
It's not a bad choice. I have to respect it. I respectfully
For
disagree,
X-Series,
but I respect it.
X series always the first one.
Yes. Yes, I have to agree.
It's close second, 4, but for the bad acting and the memes.
For the cultness.
Yeah, 2 2 just doesn't hit the same, so I've got to go X1 every time. Liz?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, I love Mega Man. It's so good, but I'm not a repeat player. I feel like I played them and I don't feel too much of a reason to go back and replay them. It's like, okay, I've been there, done that. I feel like I'm way more into the music of Mega Man, broadly speaking, than the actual games, for that matter. But I feel like 2, I don't know, I feel it's such a canned answer. I don't know, 2 is probably like the best of like at least the NES era. And like X1, I don't know, I feel like such a basic opinion on this one. But I feel a lot deeper into like jamming out to like any Mega Man music than my desire to play the games like more than a couple times. I don't know.
Hey, that's fair. That's completely fair. I mean, even if you think it's a basic opinion, it's my opinion too. I'm going to go with Mega Man 2 every single time. Every single time. Like, if you were there when the game was coming out, 3 commercially was way, way bigger. Like, there was advertising for 3 and everything like that. Oh, you had the cartoon that had Mega Man and Rush and Captain in the Game Master.
Yeah.
I just brought that back to your memories. You're welcome. So there was an episode that had them. Lots of advertising for it, but I still go Mega Man 2 every time. I think it's just the best way to put it. You can't have 3 without 2. You can't. And that's not the best argument, because that could just mean that 3 built off of greatness and became better. But I still got to go 2. Still got to go 2. And then we could open a brand new can of worms with like the Zero Series and Battle Network and everything else.
Oh
but
no, I haven't even touched those. I have no opinion.
I haven't touched the Zero Series or the Battle Network. I have the collection. Well, not on Xbox for Battle Network because Capcom doesn't want to release it. No one plays them on Xbox. It's like, I do.
Wait,
You're ruining my collection.
Wait.
You're ruining my OCD
I
collection.
have a revision to my answer.
Okay.
Does Dead Rising count? Because I've definitely spent a lot more time playing Dead Rising with the fucking Mega Buster attachment for the weapon that I've ever played Mega Man in my life.
I forgot that
I
was
have
a
this-
thing.
I have
Yep.
like this mental illness that I think I'll platinum and get all the trophies, at least on the PS4 version of Dead Rising, and it's just never gonna happen. So I just play this game every couple years and in huge chunks, and then I never get the rest of the trophies. Does that count? I've gotten as far as to have the Mega Buster. So I've played it a
Well,
lot, right?
Oh yeah, you put in the time.
It
But it's
was
still
made
not
by
beaten.
Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
you don't absorb anybody's power to use, though.
But I absorbed Mega Man's power.
So does that mean Frank killed Mega Man?
I got
Oh, it
nothing to
wasn't
say.
Frank in that
Yeah.
one. It wasn't Frank in that one.
Hey, which one?
It's in
Sorry.
3. Dead Rising 3.
Like 3. Right. It was
What was that guy's name?
Joe Shabadoo.
Jojo Jimbo. It was
That's the worst thing I've
Jimbo.
ever heard.
It was Jimbo.
Hey, Joey Jojo. Yeah,
I
that's just
can't
a
remember the
reference to
character's
episode.
name.
I don't remember. I never played 3. I played 1. I played a bit of K0 and for 2, but haven't played any other game in the series, which I
I don't
should
know
because Dead
why
Rising 3
I'm so
has
into them.
that Street Fighter DLC. That like you could turn into like Akuma and Bison and Chun-Li and Guile or
What?
something like that. And I think that
Which
also has
one?
like the mini golf game. 3.
What?
Yeah, 3 had that DLC because I
still
remember-
haven't
Oh,
played 4 yet.
DLC. Okay.
I remember that got announced during the Xbox conference, and it was out that day. And our friend Tom the Iron Man like picked that up and just like went on Twitch that night. It was just like, nope, we're playing this now. Let's go.
Because I want to play as Akuma and Smash Zombies. That sounds great.
Yeah, I want to do
Dude, love
Raging
Dead
Demon on
Rising.
Zombie.
I want to
Ooh.
do the survival challenge, but not die for 14 hours in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know as an adult how I'm ever gonna do this. I literally don't know how.
Wait, the challenge is like legit that long?
Yeah, you have to like survive
yeah,
like
yeah.
the whole like duration of like I can't remember. I haven't looked into this for a while.
Yeah,
I can't remember if
so-
it's like 3 in-game days or if it's like 7 in-game days.
It's 7 in-game
and it's
days.
like 14
which is
hours of real
14
life
hours.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't save, you can't pause. It has to be in one sitting. And there's also
Oh my
like there are
God.
points in the game if you go to a certain part of the mall at a certain hour, the game just locks up and crashes,
Nice.
impeding all of your progress. And your health is slowly depleting. So like what I've seen most strategies is that people will grab like some PP books to have them equipped, and they'll just grab like maybe a weapon and a whole bunch of food, and they'll just sit there and they'll count down until they're ready to starve. They'll hit the button to eat and refill and just do that.
Mhm.
I've seen people stream it, and again, we'll shout out Tom the Iron Man who did this. Had it open. This is showing our age, but an open Skype call where people could just come in, chat, keep them company, and with 30 minutes left, decided I need more food. Jumped into a pit of zombies, and we were like, "What are you doing? You're ruining the run."
Oh my god.
He did not ruin the run. He got it. He got it though. He got it. He did not ruin the run,
Wow.
but still, it's just like you're playing with fire. I've seen it too, where
Did
like
the
people,
least safe thing. Ugh.
yeah. Although sometimes those streams are some of the funnest streams to watch. You know, some people have like an open call, or I remember rest in peace, Knuckles Dawson doing this back on Ustream. If I remember, it was Ustream. And his girlfriend spent the like time entertaining chat by just reading through a Skype call the zombie survival guide, reading that book.
Huh.
And I was like, that was like super entertaining.
fun.
So, and this is back in the day too, where like capture cards were not like super prevalent. So he just aimed his webcam at the screen and did that. But that's how old this was.
It's
Wow.
amazing.
That is
Yeah.
like that had to be like what 2007 or something then?
Yeah, 2007,
probably.
2008, roughly around that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the game came out, I think, 2005, right? 4 or 5.
Yes. It would have been like it was a if it's not a launch 360 title, it was close to launch 360 title.
Definitely.
And
Dead
there's one of
Rising?
those ones where it's just like, yeah, get fucked standard definition. You can't read the text. Go buy component or composite cables component cables and you know, put the thing up to 720p.
Yeah. I remember it was I can't recall if it was launched, but it was quite early. So I think 2005 is when it came out. Because I remember
was
seeing
getting there.
I remember seeing demos of the game. Because like a friend of mine and I were like big OG Xbox heads, just Xbox like you wouldn't believe all the time. Because you could play Xbox Online or you could play PlayStation Online. Sorry, we chose Xbox. Because how else are you going to play Mech Assault? Liz, how else are you going to play Mech Assault?
Why do I want to play Mech Assault?
Because it's
Because
good.
I don't.
Giant robots are
No, I'm
awesome.
not saying it's bad. I just don't want to play it.
Giant robots are amazing. So that's why we played
No,
Xbox.
I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. Oh,
I can't believe from West Virginia
Going to
gonna
my-
be like that.
Going through my list here, see what else I beaten. A lot of stuff like I didn't beat on stream, but what it is like
Which is
Mario
fine.
RPG remake.
Mhm.
The one I did not stream a whole lot of it. If I did, it was side content. Tears of the Kingdom. Probably my number one because I put about 100 freaking hours into that game.
Woof.
Mario Wonder.
Yes.
I put like 20 some hours into that game.
I remember picking that game up
Fantastic. Yeah,
and I saw you had posted that you were the first to finish it. And I was like, well, fuck. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, did I put that in the 2023 board?
You
Oh.
did.
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't be
It's
sorry.
fun. I got around to playing Pizza Tower on Steam.
Oh.
That's a fun
Did you
ass
enjoy
game.
it?
So
Oh,
I've
yes,
heard
that's like-
so much about Pizza Tower. Like over and over again, I hear about Pizza Tower. What's going on with Pizza Tower?
So, have you ever played Wario Land Shake It on the Wii?
I have not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what it is it's a side scroller. You're a pizza chef, and you're going into various levels. You have to unlock. Basically, it's going through killing enemies, grabbing items that go on pizza ingredients. Basically making it to the end of the level. Knocking out a totem, and then you've got a clock to race. Sorry, it's there. Knock down a totem, and then you've got a clock. You got to run back to the end of the level, and basically it's about building combos, doing it as fast as possible, and it plays a lot like the Wario Land games. It's
Chaos.
super fun. It's like it's pretty cheap on Steam. It's like it's $20 and it usually goes on sale there. But if you like the Wario Land games, it's really, really fun.
Okay. Well, that's nice
That's
to know.
kind of one
because
of my commitments to,
I've
and
heard
I
of
started it in. Yeah, it's one of my commitments too that I'm gonna do in like to start in 2023, and I'm gonna continue in 2024. Is like actually start playing more games on PC and on my Steam list.
You're gonna finally go through your Steam list like everyone tells themselves they're gonna do every year.
Somewhat, yeah.
No.
Not through everything, but
Oh, okay. So, may I interject with two more games that I started but didn't finish to beef up my list real quick?
Yes.
sure.
I feel like this counts because my list is kind of short. I'm just like an RPG person, so to expect me to beat a lot of games is very hard. So let me just preface this in general. So I also had this resolve this summer to beat Alien Isolation. And guess who didn't? And I didn't get as far as the last time that I tried playing it. And I think I think the problem here is that I'm old now and I want to play this game at night. But what do you do at night when you wake up at 6 a.m. for your job every day?
Yeah, you
What do
typically
you do
sleep.
at night?
You typically sleep.
Try to sleep.
Exactly. So it's a lot of like mood setting, and then by the time like I get around to playing it like on a weekend or if there's like a holiday or something, I'm like starting it like legitimately at 11 o'clock at night, and it's like, okay, I do stay up way too late on my work nights and get burnt out. Of course, I'm aware of this. I sleep procrastinate very regularly when there's work, but when there's not work, I'm normal, okay? But like when I'm being normal still on the weekends, I get up early because I have an energy to live. But I still try to stay up late, but I just admit to falling asleep instead. I don't sleep procrastinate very much on weekends. So my ass trying to set a mood to play Alien Isolation immensely failed every single time. So I guess I'm gonna try to beat it this year. Cause I don't know why I'm like really like hung up on playing this game and I just can't do it for some reason. So I will get there eventually. But this is being too much of an adult, and that's my problem. And then I also started. This is my first game in the series, but I don't know if I actually like it, which is, and I also fall asleep playing this game because it's like a text adventure. But I started playing my first Jake Hunter game, Jake Hunter Daedalus. It was like free on the PlayStation Store at a point, and it's kind of like hokey and kind of bad. It's kind of bad, and I don't know if it's like, I don't think it's good bad. Does that make sense? Like,
Kind
I have a
of.
threshold of playing bad games because like they're so funny because they're bad, right? But
I think Johnny and I can think of one, sure.
Mhm.
I know, but I do enjoy those games, but like this game is just so mid that I don't know if it's worth my time to continue. So I think I might chip away at it. I guess if I'm feeling really bored, but I did put it as like a sandwich in between game because I was playing a lot of intense stuff and I was like, oh, whoa, I need to go back to my old habits and play a chill game. Um, but like I can't determine like the kind of bad it is. I don't think I played enough to know if it's really worth my time being bad. I don't like calling stuff bad these days, but I gave up kinda ish. I haven't deleted it off my PS5, so it's still there in the background.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's just you say
Oh.
bad games and you're not sure if it's worth your time, and we all know what you still have lingering in the background. We all
Guys, I
know what you still have to
I
do.
know. And now I'm like
So
getting
when's it happening?
stressored about it because like I want to do it. It's just I'm like not confident with my internet connection. Unfortunately, living in the middle of nowhere in my city, so it sucks. Not confident. I do feel more composed as a
Mhm.
person to make time to do it, but I'm not confident with my internet. So we got to figure out a solution.
Well, until
Yeah.
we can
I think
figure
we
out
had a
what's going
solution ready
on.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Until we can figure out what's going on with your internet, I promise to be quiet about it.
Aha.
Keep talking about it because we gotta fucking play it. I just okay. So somebody was like talking. Hold on. This is like another side tangent. So I was watching a video about the year of 2023 and the bad games specifically because there were so many good bangers. And like this guy had like an hour and a half, like 2 hour video, like citing bad games throughout the year and like the history of bad games and like all these different theories. It's like such a good video. I should actually send it to you guys. But he did specifically cite Quiet Man, and I almost like shut off my television because I'm like, spoilers, spoilers. But like he didn't like go too far. But he's like, this is like a good bad. He kind of like said it was kind of a like a good bad to an extent. So it made me feel happy.
Okay. I'm just curious though, when he was talking about bad games of 2023, was he just talking about Lord of the Rings Golem the whole time?
Heavily featured at a point in the essay, but like he talks about like it's not even, I don't want to say like it's a targeted totally specific to 2023. It's like it's so beyond what I can explain because it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour video, something like
Ooh.
that. Okay.
That's a long
It's
one.
very long, but it was very good.
Whoa. I'm glad I'm
I
not
just
a
thought
video
of,
essayist.
Speaking of, if I could do a little pluggy plug, this kind of goes into games we've beaten.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna slap this in the Twitch chat. So if you're watching live, you can check it out. Hopefully, Patrick will put this in the description too. I did the crazy thing of playing every game in one series, and I ended up playing every single version of Bionic Commando that ever existed. 24 hours of my life gone.
Oh, I forgot
Condensed
about
into-
that.
Ooh.
Yeah, condensed into 9 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh my
So
god.
epic.
Yeah.
Oh, you
That's
better believe it.
crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I got inspired. Like I said, I watched Matt McMuscles, formerly of Super Best Friends, play every single Double Dragon game. I was like, oh, that sounds like fun. I want to try that. When you're
Do that.
guys, when you're on your own and you don't have an editing team, you don't have this, the things like this kind of take up a lot of your time. And don't think they're
Dude.
gonna do this again unless I have an editor that will sacrifice life and time and sleep to push something out like this. I don't think I'll be doing something like this again. But yeah, there's like 20 some odd games. I don't know if we're going by the various
Johnny, I wish-
versions of. I didn't beat them all because like there's some that just like
No,
couldn't
no, it's
physically beat
okay.
because they're old like home PC games and they crash and
I
and one of them
wish
was a
I
freaking
could.
mobile game,
Oh my
a
god.
Java
This
mobile
is-
game.
Oh,
So this is not like me totally volunteering, but like I wish I could be that person for you with Kingdom Hearts. Because I like
Oh, I'm okay with playing the
Oh.
Kingdom Hearts games like that.
no no no
that
no
gets
no
me
no,
so-
but like
that I'm not-
making your ultimate YouTube video about it.
Oh
Ugh.
God, no! Like that is not
Ugh.
getting stitched together into one long ass video. That's gonna be like no, just gonna
Multi-parts.
put the raw stream. The raw streams are just going up on
or
my
put the
secondary
VOD
channel.
up, you know. Like, no big
Exactly.
deal.
That's like you
But
want to watch me
still,
play all the
I
games?
feel
Boom, there.
like I would have my little bits of troll commentary. Like, I don't like editing my own shit, but when I've like edited stuff for other people in the past, it brings me so much delight because I could put bits of my personality in it. It's not exhausting like listening to other people as it is listening to yourself. Like, I have a hard time rewatching myself, or like I hate editing videos with me in it, I guess.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
like doing stuff to other people's videos is just so much better.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a week straight of me just cutting out anytime there's dead air or nothing funny that happened. That was like
Yeah,
a
oh my
week straight of
God,
that,
that's
and then going
intense.
back, it's like, okay, where can I put a reference and a joke in for this?
Mhm.
And there is some stuff that you just find out, and you like. There's one point where I'm just having a general conversation about something, nothing to do with what's going on, and Rad Spencer does a motion. He does basically the superhero landing. So I was like, I never noticed that. Okay, 400 times zoom on that. All right, search YouTube Black Widow superhero landing. Find when Florence Pugh goes, why you do that? You do superhero pose. Are you a poser? I was like, I can put that in. That's a funny joke. I was like, all right, well, what else was I editing here? God damn it. All right, go back.
Yeah, we'll definitely put that. That's gonna be a TikTok to let everybody know what this guy has accomplished in the year 2023.
Yeah,
Let's talk
I
about
have
games
24 hours
beaten.
of 24 hours of footage condensed into 10 hours.
We could talk all day
Well,
about, oh, I
it's
beat 75
intense.
games. This guy beat all of Bionic Commando. That's all. Jesus.
Every single one.
Crazy.
My
No, I mean,
goodness.
technically not either single one is I didn't do an arcade run of Ultimate MVC3 or I didn't do Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
I don't
What
think
was the other
those.
game he was in? Oh yeah, he's a collectible card in oh god, Tekken, the Capcom trading card mobile game.
What?
Yeah, there's a Rad Spencer card in Tekken.
Oh God.
It's
I-
a very common card, so
I think you've done enough. MVC3,
Yeah.
you could play it, I guess. MVC Ultimate, stop it. Stop that. That's not needed.
I have the 8 Infinity eggs. There's the 6 Infinity eggs sitting on my shelf there.
Please tell me you didn't get that through a pre-order. No. I mean, I know I know how they exist. I know how they
Okay.
came into this world. I
No,
know that.
I did not pre-order it. It
Okay.
was basically like a GameStop just had it sitting there, no one buying it. I was like, it was like $30-$40. I was like, fuck it, I'll get it.
The most
'Cause I like the
bullshit
statues
pre-order
there.
ever.
There's like what? There's an X statue, Chun-Li, Iron Man, and Captain Marvel. I think is the other one.
Awesome.
And then you get the Infinity Eggs. I mean, stones.
Yep.
Garbo.
So funny.
yes. Mhm.
All right.
So, may I? Okay. So on the game list, I feel like I have another subcategory of like infinity games. Like, I don't know if you're like picking up what I'm putting down. Like games that you just like simply don't beat. Like, does that make sense? So,
Oh, yeah,
like Animal Crossing, of course, right? So this summer, around like Independence Day, I upgraded for like the full family plan with like everything on the Switch.
Mhm.
Because I myself and the rest of my family, my friends, all wanted to start playing certain things. So I finally got a little bit back into Animal Crossing. Not that I was ever out of it. It's just this latest one kind of sucks compared to like previous iterations. Stories for another day. But I haven't done any of like the expansion stuff, and that's really fun. And it's kind of like sparked me wanting to make some more Animal Crossing videos because I did make a bunch when New Horizons first came out. But this is fresh stuff and like a different kind of vibe than being like trapped in my house after work during the early pandemic. So I feel like there's different levels of creativity with like the happy home designer stuff that I like. I don't know. And now I'm like remotivated to like clean up my island and redo it. However, I got distracted by Pokemon. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't beat the main stuff yet in Pokemon. I'm really close. But I don't know. I feel like even after beating the main game, it's still a forever game if I still want to battle people or play things. And I did buy the expansion stuff too, which the second part just released a couple weeks ago as of this recording date. So that's has some life in it. And I'll just kick a few more people's asses, and I think I'll be done with Pokemon for another 10 years. But it's overall pretty solid, all things considered. I spent money for the expansion, so I really want a Lapras, and, you know, I had to go spend money and get a Lapras. And then the expansion. And then Fashion Dreamer. So the reason why I didn't finish Pokemon was because of Fashion Dreamer. With all my conventions and stuff, I'm like too overloaded to continue an RPG that I just need to play a chill out game that is super basic and infinite forever. And it's so fun. It's been like so enjoyable. So Fashion Dreamer, making the dreams
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, I have a forever game. I keep playing. It's Fortnite. Like, and especially with them adding Rocket Racing and Lego
God.
Fortnite, it's gonna become even more forever.
Same.
Mhm.
Same. I played a lot of Animal Crossing, so yeah, I was there for that, and no, I'm getting into it again. It's off and on. I think I mentioned it before, but when I went to my Switch OLED, I lost my island, and it really took the wind out of my sails. But I've been building back slowly. But then, you know, playing Fortnite with friends has been really good. And then they decided to drop the Lego edition. I can't get enough of that version. Lego Fortnite is so fun. It doesn't scratch the same itch as Minecraft or other ones like that. It's kind of its own thing, and it's really, really nice in that way. So I'm enjoying it a lot, but I also spent a ridiculous amount of time in Minecraft, which, by the way, if you want in the server, just let me know, and I'll get you in. Don't destroy things, please. But it was fun. It was good. I think it's something that I'd rather play with a lot of friends if we could schedule like more times to play that, because I think that mode is best with friends.
Yeah,
I think you'd agree with me, Johnny. If you just play Fortnite by yourself, that's okay. But the Lego Fortnite, you need buddies.
yeah. You need friends to build a village, build other stuff there, and just to naturally progress to the game.
It's a community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that aside, before we wrap this episode up, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about for your 2023? Mothwoman.
Okay.
Mothwoman.
So, okay. Completed again. I feel like I've only played so few games, and I keep repeating like, yeah, I play this, and then it's all I play for like a month or multiple months. But I did do the Hollow Knight, and that was an experience. But
Yeah.
I don't feel like I wasted my time. I'm excited to play the next one when it comes out eventually someday, whenever, right? I think I'm more enchanted with the soundtrack of that game. Like, I'm trying to find the vinyl record of it for not like an insane price. So I guess that's how I feel about that game, is that the music's great. It was so fun playing it, but I don't think I'm ever really gonna replay it or it's gonna be a long, super long time if I ever replay it, like 10 plus years kind of vibe. But like the ambiance was like so good and super fun and challenging in the right ways. I had a really hard time playing any sort of action games for a few years straight. I think it was like COVID depression that got me. Um, and then of course I lost my life to Hades. And like everyone's such a cinnamon roll, and it's so fun and challenging. I got Cody involved. Um However, he probably thinks he's good at video games now because he managed to help me beat Hades numerous times. However, he still can't beat Dark Cloud, which we started this year. I wanted to watch him to play it, but he gave up. He's not a true gamer, you guys. Dark Cloud
can't
original,
believe
too hard.
this.
Too hard.
What?
Too hard. Not as fun. What's wrong? I don't know. Yeah, so those are like the beaten games. And I did 100% and like I want to say like true. I'm not like a Gerard 100% on these games, but I platinumed Hollow Knight with some cheats because it came not fun, and I wanted to like not do the boss rush of like 40 bosses straight. That's not fun for me. But I wanted the trophy anyway, so I did do in-game cheats, but that's okay. And I did do the Hades Platinum, and that game is just... I feel like I'm so into like the characters, and the music's good too. Oh my god. I'm really into like video game soundtracks, and I don't listen to real music. I like video game soundtracks. I'm obsessed with that music, and I want the vinyl of that too. I don't think I'm gonna like replay original Hades in particular unless like Cody starts a game from scratch, and like we'll start again with like low stats and stuff. But I'm just like enchanted by all the characters. I don't know, everyone's like really cute and like well designed, and like I fell in love with like a lot of characters, so that was very pleasant.
I gotta ask you one thing before I close this up, and it's a very important question, Liz. Did you start Cult of the Lamb?
No, that's maybe this year. Okay, hold on. I did start Hoko Life, which is a fake Animal Crossing, and I did start King's Story this last month.
I love it.
Like,
Fake
King's
Animal
Story.
Crossing.
Fake. I mean, I'm so burnt out right now.
Get
Like,
fucked,
you guys
Nintendo.
don't know. You guys don't know I could have a whole cosplay list, you guys. I spent a lot of time helping someone make their first cosplay, like after not cosplaying for like 10 years, and they had to choose like the hardest thing. I feel like I spent the amount of time someone would spend playing Genshin obsessively helping someone make a Genshin cosplay. Okay. I know nothing about Genshin but this character now. I know who they are, and that's it. So yeah, I guess I could have played Genshin, but I made Genshin IRL. Does that count?
Sure.
I'll
send
but
you.
Yeah, not so light mode on games right now. So
I'll
yes.
send you something.
short.
I'll send you a clip of music from Cult of the Lamb that can help you understand why I keep pushing this game so hard.
No,
because
I believe you. I totally. You know
you
what?
have
I
to
would
hear
have
this
held
music.
off buying it.
You have to hear it.
Okay.
You have
Literally,
to.
Like I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I could wait another year and get this game, but because of your urgency, I did buy it very quickly. Like very quickly after you really strongly recommended it. I had the
Yes.
little collector's edition too. I went all out because of you.
Lambert is right there. Everybody loves Lambert.
I think I'll probably play it when I'm ready for something more intense again, and I need to get through like 3 more cosplays before that happens.
All right, I think that's where we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. This was
actually before wrapping up, roll back to, because I didn't have a chance, a good segue to this.
Yes,
we were saying that did Way Forward ever make a bad game? They actually did Thor: God of Thunder on 360 PS3. I don't know if that's bad, but it's a movie tie-in to early MCU, so I would probably throw that under as bad.
Questionable.
Yeah,
it's very.
It's on my list because I have a polished offer, especially in the summertime, to play bad licensed games. So I might try that out sometime.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for this edition of the Reset Button. This, of course, was goodbye to 2023. You've done some bad things, you've done some good things, but overall we had fun with you. So we'll see everybody next time. Have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you so much for checking out this episode of the Reset Button. If you like the podcast, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be updated whenever there's a new episode or various clips that we produce. We appreciate all your support.